Hi everybody, it's Rachel here from 2 Years Are Better Than One, and today I wanted to share with you kind of a little funny story that happened to me. So this morning started out like most mornings do in my chaotic life. I got up to get ready for the day and started to make my way down to the shower, which my place is really far away. So I didn't bother to put my processors on because I fully intended to go straight to the shower, and it's absolutely pointless for me to put them on just to turn around and take them right off again. Well, of course, a whole bunch of things had to be done, and as I thought of one task and started doing that, then another one popped into my head. So I found myself bouncing from one task to another in complete silence. So it was getting the heat turned on and vacuuming entrances, sweeping hallways, emptying garbage cans. Then I remembered I needed to make some signs, so I jumped onto the computer to print them up, and of course they had to be laminated, so I turned on the laminator while I was waiting for the signs to print out. And then I decided to pop a bagel in the toaster, and while I was walking to the toaster I saw all the dishes, and I figured I should probably rinse those dishes off, so I turned the water on in the sink to get the hot water up, and then I remembered that since the bagel was still toasting, that the laminator was still running, so I knew I had to go shut that off because I wasn't going to get to laminating those signs at the moment because I was going to be eating a bagel and I still had to take my shower. So if I didn't shut it off then and there, I knew I would go and forget about it, and that would be absolutely disastrous because I remembered I can't hear anything, so I wouldn't hear it running. So I ran back to the bagel because I was sure by that time it was going to have popped up, which indeed it had. So I spread my yummy strawberry cream cheese on my bagel and took off to go grab the vacuum cleaner, eating it as I'm going to get the vacuum cleaner to finish my vacuuming job. But I got interrupted from that, and instead I had to go close room doors, turn off heat in other rooms, move fans around, and of course I'm doing this all in silence, and now all with one hand because I still had a bagel in the other hand. So I finished my bagel, and then I decided I wanted to wash it down with some coffee because I hadn't had my coffee yet. So I grabbed my beautiful Life Sounds Good tumbler, made my coffee. By now, I was getting really tired of the tinnitus in my head, so I decided I was just gonna book it down to the shower and get that done. So I headed down to the shower room to get it warmed up because it's really cold down there, and we have a little portable heater that we have to use and let it run for a couple of minutes before getting in the shower, and of course run the shower to warm that up. So I jump in, I'm enjoying my nice hot shower when halfway through washing my hair, the water starts getting cold, and I knew no one had used the shower that morning, so there was no way there was no hot water left. I'm like, what the heck? Then it hit me. I had turned on the hot water in this kitchen sink so I could rinse the dishes, but I completely forgot to turn it off and I couldn't hear it. So now I'm panicking because our sinks have a habit of overflowing really easy, so I'm frantically drying off and trying to get my clothes on, but I swear, if you have never tried to get yourself dressed when you're panicked and wet, it's as bad as trying to dress an uncooperative toddler. So I get my clothes semi-on and I race back to my kitchen, and I discovered that I did indeed leave the hot water running all that time. But thankfully, the sink was draining properly, so the only victim of my deaf cyborg move was me in my cold shower. I did have a good laugh at myself after I breathed a huge sigh of relief at not having completely flooded kitchen. But it was a stark reminder that without my processors, I'm still very much deaf. I must admit though, being a cyborg does have its perks, aside from being able to hear again. My favorite, of course, is the stealth music. Being able to play music to my head and no one is the wiser, that is just totally cool. Then there's the ability to be like a super spy and eavesdrop on conversations with the remote mic. Now, this could get you in trouble though, so use it at your own risk. Now, if there's ever a conversation that I want to get out of, I can always feign that my batteries are dying. You want me to do what, honey? Oh, I'm sorry. My batteries both just simultaneously died. But last night, I truly witnessed what I think is the best perk of being a cyborg. Silent nights. Now, usually I go to sleep long before my hubby, but last night I was on a caffeine rush and was up way later than him. And of course, I had my processors on at the same time. So I couldn't resist and I had to take this little video clip. Have a listen. This is exactly why it's good I'm deaf. I know, right? It's a good thing that I'm deaf. I can sleep like a baby when I take off my processors. That's got to be one of the reasons why our marriage has been so successful. We'll have been married for 20 years in May. All that being said, I simply love being a cyborg. Now, hopefully my hubby won't kill me for wasting all the hot water this morning or for sharing him sawing logs. Love you, honey. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this peek into my chaotic life as a cyborg. As usual, I love to hear from you, so feel free to post your comments or questions below. And thank you for watching. Bye.